be without Paige and what your team needs to do to keep this together?
I mean, obviously we're sad and it's a very unfortunate situation. And obviously we're going to always be there and have her back. But, you know, this is just a test for the rest of the team. A lot of us have to step up and fill the gap. And it's going to take a whole team effort.
Excited for this trip to Atlanta. Got some signs, obviously. They're going to be a tough matchup down low. Actually, everywhere. They don't even allow 60 points a game.
What'd you say? I'm sorry, you broke up.
The defense of Georgia Tech, what kind of challenges does that present for your team?
We actually haven't watched film on them yet, so I can't even answer that question. Just without Paige, we're going to have a challenge regardless, but, you know, we're going to stick together and, you know, it's been an adjustment in practice yesterday. Everybody's trying to figure out their new role, and that's expected, but it's going to take a team effort to fill the gap.
Christyn, what does that role look like for you? Or I'm not sure if that's something you've had a discussion with the coaching staff, or it's more of something that you can kind of assume yourself, but what do you think the team needs from you, you know, in the next 6 to 8 weeks where she's out?
Well, my past 2 games, I haven't been as aggressive as I need to be, even with Paige on the court. So that was a point of emphasis for me anyways, for me to, you know, get back to being the aggressive person that I am. And I figure if I do that, you know, everything will, you know, flow together naturally. My role is pretty much still the same. I got to shoot the ball more. There's, you know, the coach has been on me about letting it fly. So I'm just gonna have to get back to being aggressive.
How much do you still, I mean, I know we talked a lot about it last year, you kind of getting started on the defensive end and help fuel your offense. Is that something you're hoping you can also continue to do, is if you can start the game well on defense, then the rest of your game kind of flows from there?
Yeah, that's another gap we're gonna have to fill. I think she's averaging like 5 steals a game. So everybody's gonna have to pick it up defensively, and just be aggressive on that end too, and try to get more steals, get flowing in transition, to get our offense flowing.
Christyn, it's Carl Adam. Sorry, go ahead, Pat.
Christyn, I was just going to ask you, who among the guards do you expect to take a bigger role besides yourself, and who can fill what different things that Paige did? Obviously, no one person is Paige, but who do you expect to step into the various roles that she had?
Like as far as being the point guard, running.
Like you said, you need to shoot more. Who needs to take over the distribution? Who needs to be the defensive stopper that she was? Who needs to take over the rebounding? Is it Nika? You know, is it Caroline? Who's going to step in there, and who do you expect to see a lot more from?
Well, definitely Nika, all of us, really. There's no specific person. All the guards are going to have to step up in their role. But we've had different matchups yesterday. Nika came in, Caroline came in, and then obviously me and E. So all 4 of us are going to have a bigger role in these next couple weeks.
This team has been, you know, called very, very deep. How confident are you guys that you can keep this thing rolling until Paige gets back and AZ even gets back? And how much are these other players looking forward to? Obviously, you don't want this to happen, but how much are they looking forward to showing what they can do out on the court?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we're excited. I mean, like I said earlier, it's a very unfortunate situation. But I mean, obviously, we believe in ourselves. If one man goes down, we believe that we can, you know, keep the ball rolling. I mean, it literally just happened. We've only had 1 practice without her. So, I mean, we're still adjusting. There's not much really I can say.
Christyn, it's Carl Adamek from the Journal Inquirer. Any advice for Olivia on how to deal with the homecoming game?
I would just say go out there and do what she's been doing every day in practice. And the rest of the game, she had a heck of a game against Notre Dame. She was very aggressive on the boards, had a couple A&1s, and I would just tell her to keep doing that. It's just treat it as a normal game. Obviously, she'll have a lot of people and family there, but it's exciting, and just to have fun.
Thank you.
Christyn, hi, this is Jackie Powell with Bleacher Report. So Paige posted something to her Instagram story, and it was a bunch of pictures, and you were in one of them, and it sort of said, like, my family's going to lift me up every time. So I'm curious from you as to figuratively what this time without Paige is going to be like for you, and what you need to do to keep lifting her and the rest of the team up when she's not able to be on the floor.
Yeah, I'm hurt. Paige is one of our leaders on the floor. She's my point guard. She's my friend. She's my sister. So I'm very sad for her, but I know she's strong and she'll be back. But yeah, we're family. We're sisters. We have a great bond. Like I said earlier, if one man goes down, we always have their back, and she knows that. We actually share an apartment together, so I've been just trying to do little things. Yeah, I'm in media. Oh, sorry. I'm in media. Oh, sorry, fuzzy. I've been just trying to do little things. Like I made her chocolate chip cookies the other night. Just little gestures like that, just to know that we're here for her. So I think a little gesture like that is what she means by that post.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Christyn, it's Carl Adamek again. You had your surgery over the summer, and faith is very important for you. Obviously, we see Paige's post, and Paige's faith is very important to her. How does that faith carry you, through adversity?
I mean, that's a big thing. I mean, that's what we stand on as Christians. There's in life, adversity is gonna hit you regardless of, what happens or whatever. But God is always gonna be there, and we are big people of faith. And there's a lot of prayers that have been up for Paige, and even when I had my surgery, a lot of people were praying for me. So it's just a great thing. Faith is our foundation, really.
Thanks again.
Christyn, what has Paige's message been to you and to the rest of her teammates? This could have been a lot worse, obviously. It's bad enough, but what has she said to you guys, and how has her attitude been since going down?
She's been in good spirit for the most part. I mean, it literally just happened, so obviously things are still sensitive, but she's handled everything really well. She was on the sideline yesterday, leading from the sideline. So I mean, her presence is still here, but I think she's handled everything very well.
Christyn, Roger Cleveland here. Your offense has ebbed and flowed throughout your career. How confident are you that you can step up now as a big scorer when the team?
And I hit the eject button. Poof.
I did. This is the problem when I try to finesse the system. Hang on.
Recording in progress.
Ooh, that was chaotic. I'm sorry, guys. That's my fault.
All right. From the top.
As you were saying.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, I just asking about the first day of practice, how it went, and what's good. Give me an idea of what the next 6 to 8 weeks could look like.
Yeah, I think yesterday was a little bit of a struggle, just trying to adjust to everything. But I think once we get into the swing of things, we have no choice but to adapt. So we just have to adapt. Like, we have no other choice. Of course, missing AZ was hard. Now missing Paige is going to be really difficult for us, but we're going to be just fine, and we're going to make it. And like I said, it was something that we have to do. We have no other choice.
Does your role change much in this?
I think everyone's does. I think everyone has to step up, whether you're a big guy, whether you're a guard, especially our guards. I think we're down to 3-4 guards now. So everyone's role is going to be intensified for sure. Our big guys, they might get pushed out to the wing. Just, whatever coach throws at us, we have to be able to adapt. We have to be able to do it. And just really just play together and just play our game. At the end of the day, we're still UConn. Everyone's still after us. We're not getting any, sense of no one's feeling bad for us. So it's whatever is on our chest. Everyone, like I said, everyone's still after us, and we have to play that way.
Evina, how much fun was it to see Caroline do what she did in the fourth quarter? And hopefully she can build off of that.
I told her, I said, "You're lucky I got in foul trouble." I said, "Everything happened for a reason. I got in foul trouble. You were able to come in, do your thing." And I really love that for her. Just seeing her out there doing what she does, and just gaining her confidence. She's an amazing player. She does so many things for us in practice. So I'm glad she was able to show that to the fans a little bit in our last game.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Evina. As a senior leader on this team, and like you said, one of the few kind of guards left standing, what kind of, I don't know if you've had conversations with Christyn in particular, if this is something more that you're kind of thinking through internally, but like what will you have to do to kind of step up in this time, especially whether or not it's leadership wise, but also kind of coming through on the floor to be an extra, step up in those areas where you guys might be missing Paige specifically?
I think right after practice, we had all just went to the locker room and just kind of like, we got to figure it out. We got to make it work. And like I said before, we have no other choice. So we need to find something where we can just get into the rhythm of things. And so I think that was really good, not for us seniors to be a part of that conversation, but for everyone to be a part of that conversation. Like I said, everyone is going to have to step up. Everyone's role intensifies, no matter if you're a starter. We're a starter, no matter if you're a big guy, you're a guard. Everyone has to step up with their voice, with their actions. And that's what's going to help us be successful down the road. And that's obviously what we want to do. We want to continue to win, continue to build individually and as a group and as a team. And I think this is going to be a big test for us.
And I know how close you are with Paige. Just seeing how she's handled things the last few days. What have you seen just in how she's able to, obviously, I'm sure it's devastating for her to have to go through this, but the fact that she can also, in theory, if she gets back in 6 to 8 weeks, then she can help you guys finish what you all started. I
wouldn't say she's doing great. She's definitely keeping her spirits high. She's at practice, again, using her voice, being there for us, because she knows how impactful that is for us, just to be able to tell us what she sees. And it's a different voice than the coach's voice. It's our teammates' voice telling us that. So she's able to tell us different things. But just off the court, it's hard. I went through two things with my knee. So, I've been there and I can just kind of see it just me being there for her, having been through it, like a very, very similar incident. Just telling her, hey, it's going to be okay. It really is. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to work out. But I know for her, it can get overwhelming. She has so many voices and so many people who support her, just her platform in itself. So I think it can get overwhelming for her, but I think she's handled it tremendously. Like she does pretty much everything.
Thanks, Evina.
As the team mother, vocally, you're already a leader, but how do you change who takes over that vocal leadership role that Paige has had on the court in those key situations, maybe when the other team's making a run. Do you see yourself in that role, and how does that work?
Yeah, I've already kind of had that role vocally, as you said, in games and in practice, but now in games especially, it's just going to have to be with my actions, telling people specifically what to do, or specifically exactly what we need to get done in those times. So like I said, it's not just me, it's everyone. Everyone has to pick up the slack, and we have a lot of people who are down right now, but that's okay. It's early in the season, but we have to be able to put everything together, no matter who we have out there.
Was it a little bit of a shell shock at first, and then did something like yesterday snap you guys out of it and make you go, okay, like we can do this, we have to do this?
Was
Like,
practice the shell shock yesterday?
No, I mean, when Paige, like learning that Paige was going to be out and seeing her get hurt, and was that like a little shell shock? And then did something like snap you out of it at practice, kind of, or?
So yeah, when we had kind of just found out how long she was going to be out for, it's kind of just like, damn, I think just seeing what she had done, she was literally by herself and her knee just gave out, and it was just from fatigue. It just gave out on her. So it was just a crazy, weird incident that had happened. You know, no one wants to see one of their teammates go down. And it hurts all of us, you know, to see someone in pain, to see someone, you know, in tears or whatever it may be in the training room. You know, we don't necessarily like that. And it makes us feel like, you know, a part of us is down as well. But at the same time, we have to be able to, you know, grow up, still be there for our teammates who aren't being able to play, but at the same time, we have to get it done on the court, no matter who's out there, like I had said. So yeah, I think yesterday was just a hard test for us. And so now coming in today, before we leave, we have to leave on a really good note. So we're feeling great going into our next game against Georgia Tech.
Hey, Evina, this is Jackie Powell with Bleacher Report. I want to expand upon Alexa's question a little bit. So Paige posted something to her Instagram story, and one of the pictures was of you helping her up from the ground. And she wrote, like, my family is going to lift me up every time. And so I'm curious as to figuratively what this time without Paige is going to be like for you, and what you will need to do to keep lifting her up when she's not able to play.
Me personally, I think it's just talking to her. You know, she hates not to practice. So for her just to be able to sit out and watch games, it's gonna, I mean, you know, she's gonna struggle. But I mean, I went through a year and a half of it. So I know I'm really just telling her, like, she's a little bit hard-headed, she's stubborn. But just telling her, like, hey, you know, it's gonna be okay. She's like, no, like, I can't do it. I'm like, no, you have no choice. You are sitting out. So just kind of just telling her, not even being that mom, but being that big sister that she needs. Just like, hey, like, you know, we're going to get through it together, but letting her know that everyone is behind her. The whole team is behind her. You're not letting us down. You're not, none of that. You're going to, after these, however many weeks, months, whatever, you're going to be back healthy. You're going to come back stronger, and everything's going to be fine. Our goal is a national championship. You know, it's not the next game or the next game. Of course we want to win. You know, of course we got to get it done without her. But the big goal is a national championship. You know, we want you ready for that. Everyone knows what you bring to the table. We'll be here when you get back. So just constantly talking to her and making sure she's not alone. Because I've been in a dark place, especially when you're injured. You know, you feel like you're kind of just isolated. She also has AZ, who's obviously injured and obviously out. So they're best friends, and you know, it's been that way. So, you know, she's able to talk to her and they're able to converse together, so neither of them feel alone, as well as Aubrey, you know, in that mix too. So just like I said, just talking to all of them through it, and just letting them know that, you know, hey, we're going to get it done for you guys. And you guys aren't alone. We're here. We back you up, and we support you guys 100%.
I really appreciate that. And to follow up, you know, you hinted, or you've said a couple of times that y'all have no choice. This is the hand you've been dealt. So I'm curious as to, you know, after you get over sort of the initial feelings of frustration and sadness, how do you sort of shift the focus to this being more of an opportunity than anything?
I think that really starts today. We just have to adjust. Like I said, we literally have no choice. And we just have to get it done at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we have to get it done, doesn't matter how. We just have to get it done. And I think that just really starts in practice to make sure we're all feeling good going into, getting on the plane and being like, okay, we all feel like we can do it. Doesn't matter if you're Amari, Piaf, me, myself, Liv, Christyn, Mir, doesn't matter who. We all have to get on that plane as one, making sure that we feel good and feel like we can get it done no matter who's on the floor. And I think that's the biggest emphasis.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Hey, Evina, whether Paige is on the floor or not, there have been a lot of sloppiness turnover-wise, especially on Sunday. And talking with Gino on the coaches show last night, he mentioned how a lot of times in the half court, you guys are going way too fast. How do you slow things down a half a beat or two to get yourselves in a good rhythm where you're making good decisions instead of being hurried and making decisions and leading to turnovers?
That was also a big emphasis in practice yesterday. Just slowing us down, because again, in practice, I think we're just moving too fast, and I don't think we realize it, because we just want to, get through the play and, have the end result, but everything takes time, and coaches telling, everything takes time. We have to set up our cut, we have to set up the screen, we have to do this, and then we're playing off of our defense. It's not just the same play every single time, or the same, base of the play every single time. So we just have to figure it out. I don't know if there's another answer to that. We really just have to figure it out. And like I said, it really just starts in practice. We were moving too fast yesterday in practice too. So just making sure that everyone is cognizant of that. Like, hey, he just says slow down. So slow down, just slow down just a little bit, think, and then everything, just starts to flow. But that can't just be the one time when he says that. It has to be the time after that, and the time after that, and the time after that. Because I want to say 98% of our turnovers were because of us. And it was like us making the mistakes, us moving too fast, us just throwing the ball away, just making a horrible decision, a dumb decision instead of a smart one. So, and it starts in practice. We were doing the same thing in practice a couple of days before that. So it really does start in practice. We have to be able to get it done in practice and make sure we feel good getting on that plane.
Right. Okay.
Evina, as you folks prepare for your second true road game in what should be a hostile environment combined with not having Paige, what's really going to be the main primary focus in order to come out of there with the win?
Staying together. Like you said, it's going to be a hostile environment. Liv's homecoming game. So, half of Georgia is already against her, half of it is with her and with us. But at the same time, we're coming in with UConn on our jersey. So it's going to feel like, no one is really there for us, but the people who are there for us are the people that's in the huddle. The people that we're getting on the plane with, the people that are on the floor, the five that are on that floor at that time, we have to be in sync at all times. And we've all been in situations like that in high school, coming into college, whatever it may be. We've all been in some type of hostile environment. So I don't think it'll be new for anyone, but we have to be able to, especially I think the younger guys, just be like, hey, don't focus on them. Focus on what we got going right here. Listen to us, listen to our voice, listen to my voice. What I call out, then we're just going to do it. And I think that's what the emphasis is in practice, making sure that we're feeling good in practice, that we're like, okay, we already know when we come into a game where we know what's going to happen. Coach has been pushing us, and like he's our biggest enemy in practice. He's being the fans, he's being the team that's, trying to punch us in the face, whatever the case may be. So making sure we feel good today, I think it's just going to be all about just staying together. Things are going to get hard. Teams might go on a little run, but it's how can we just not dip, throughout the game. I think at least one time a game, we just have this like little dip where we're not able to bounce back as quick as we'd like to. So just being able to like, hey, okay, they score on us, but we have to be able to, let's not turn it over. Let's not have our energy drop dramatically. So.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions for E?
Yeah, this is Roger Cleveland. You've been a lead scorer before. Do you have to bring a different mentality into this game, a different aggressiveness offensively to to really help make up for all those points that Paige was scoring?
Absolutely. I think just like I said, just having the role that I had at Tennessee, I know what I'm capable of. But we have a lot of other scorers on the teams. You know, I'm not just a scorer, but also like a facilitator. I got to make sure our team is in the right offense, in the right defense, whatever it may be. You know, I've always been true to saying, you know, I'm going to do what my team needs me to do. So now, like I said before, everyone's role is emphasized. And now it's time for everyone to step up, you know, not only myself. So it's good. There's a lot of opportunities on the table. It's just, you know, just making it happen at the end of the day. No one's trying to go out there, you know, and be Paige. I'm still going to be Evina. Christyn's going to be Christyn. Liv is going to be Liv, and so on and so forth. But it's now just our role and who we are as a player everyone just has to step up.
Thank you.
Anything else for E? All right, thanks, Evina. I'm going to close the breakout rooms. Coach is not here yet, but he will be in the main whenever he is.